Good afternoon, everybody. What is success mean? If you have good health, good wealth, and good social health, then we can say you have full success in your life because you are always happy with these things. We need to understand and we need to practice properly to achieve the success. First key point is, if you don't have the positive attitude, you can't get success. Also, you need higher level of professional standard to get success in the same way. Other 3-4 qualities are also very important to practice the success and get positive success in your life. Higher educational qualification with real value, also very important. Real value means your qualification is very accurate matters you have included within that. Because in these days there are your qualification degree or even postgraduate degrees are not having real values because of the depend on the institutions how they are delivering to you. It is very, very important you must have higher skill level in your field. Otherwise you can't practice properly. Also you must know value education and student well-being. This means actually, value education means you must know how to achieve higher values from your education. In the meantime, student well-being means your value must bring the benefit to you. This is, without this also you can't get full happiness and full success. Very, very important matter in practical point of view, you must have efficient time management when you are practicing your success program. Say I told you initially the key point is attitude, especially you must have a positive attitude before you start your success program. Say I can say more detail about what is attitude. Attitude is a state of mind, or you can say power of the mind. That means if you have a positive attitude, your mind power is very high. If you have a negative attitude, your mind power is very low. From this you can understand. Say if you have a very high power in your mind, you can do so many activities successfully by using your mind power. The value of your attitude depending on your thought, behavior and emotional component or emotional stability, or this is called confidence. See, if your emotional component is not stable, say you can't do anything correctly. Say further I can explain about the attitude, because attitude contribute 50% of your success. The balance 50% is depend on other factors, time management and everything. This is proved globally, lot of research done by so many professors and even the ordinary people. They prove that your attitude, how much positive, that level your success also more powerful success. That is the reason highly successful people, they have very high positive attitude. Say, dual attitude means you have some negative things in your mind, also you have some amount of positive thing in your mind. This type of situation also people are getting success in a lower level or sometimes minimum success, and some other places you get more number of failure and all. Say that depend on in which percentage you have dual mean negative and positive together. So third one is negative attitude. When you have negative attitude, you never get success. All your effort will waste. You will be failed definitely. Sometimes you may see you are getting some success, right? But end of the last results will come. Definitely is failed in your success. It is proved, and lot of research studies shows this clearly. The same way, you must have high level of professional standard. So actually this attitude and the professional standard both have more interrelated activities. Say positive attitude, I told that positive attitude means, before we come deep analyze about the professionalism, because both have same characteristics and relationship. Positive attitude means your thoughts. There are three components there: your thoughts, behavior, and confidence. So all these, negative attitude also there, positive attitude also there. Positive attitudes mean your thoughts always positive, and it will not give damage to others, and also it is not giving the damage to you. So you are always thinking about the successful thing. You never say, I can't do. So this is also coming under a positive attitude, that is called confidence. Therefore, your thought must be more positive, and your thoughts will not condemning others or degrading the activities of others. If you think about, I wanted to get success, in the meantime others also wanted to get success, I never do any bad things against others. Actually, it is very difficult to explain what is positive attitude, but simply I told this is the concept. Say how you are supporting to the whole world or to the society in a positive way. Say directly, if you want to say, you must have a helping attitude. Positive attitude means actually you must have higher level of helping attitude. Say for example, that also certain level. Say for example, even my personal life, my understanding is, earlier actually in my life I can say I don't have a positive attitude. I learned from myself. Then after that I was trying to practice to improve the positive factors of my attitude. Say sometime I identified level of attitude like this. Say I have an idea to help a person in a way, but when you are doing a practical, there are some barriers and all. When you are getting the barriers, you are changing your attitude to negative and stop that or lower that or like that. So it can be explained in so many different way, but this is one way I am explaining. Therefore, positive, higher level of positive attitude means what you thought in your mind to help others, so in thought in your mind to get success in your activity, so whatever it is, you don't want to slow down or stop when you are practicing that, because practically observed there are a lot of other barriers you may need to overcome to get success. Therefore, even during that barrier time, you don't want to lose your confidence, that is emotional component. You don't want to change your behavior. So, for example, you don't want to change your behavior means you went somewhere to do that activity, you want to do successfully. So, on the way you go and practice to get the success in that particular activity, you may get a lot of barriers, because this is an open system. Control is not yourself, it is beyond your control. That time, if you lose your confidence, or if you change your behavior and act in a bad behavior mode, then whatever you trying to get, that is, you are going to lose it. Therefore, you must be very careful when you are practicing the positive attitude. You have to take a decision, you have to make positive thinking, and in any difficulties, you have to move without changing your thought. That is very important for the positive attitude. The negative attitude means you are not thinking about the society, you are not thinking about the helpful to others, you are very, very, very selfish. You are money oriented, or you are some other particular things oriented, but you are thinking about yourself. You are not thinking about others. This is practically observed for a long time. If you are not thinking about others, you never get success. A very good example, the patent of Lions Club. So he was very big businessman, and he on stage, he make a philosophy himself and told that if we are not helping to others, we can't move further in our life. This is a very good example all over the world, because that with this principle, he started a Lions Club. Now all over the world Lions Club is there. Even during the Second World War, the big helpful this Lions Club to the whole world people. So now we little understand about positive success. Actually, really you can understand the positive success when you are practicing. You will learn yourself how to earn more positive attitude. Therefore, now we will come to the, say, if you assume that now you have able to practice positive attitude successfully, then other factor you need is, this is called professionalism. This is also worldwide proof. You can see majority of 90% of the successful people are very high professionalists. So now we must understand and develop our professional standard before we start our path to achieve our subject. So my question is, what is professionalism? Simply, there are two cases, there is no definition. One is professionalism, nobody knows exactly what is the definition for that. Second one is God. See, everybody we talk about God and everybody respect, that is different. But there is no definition who is God. Like that, these two are interrelated. Then this one related with attitude. Therefore we can say attitude, professionalism, God, activities. These are all interrelated. Therefore, we must understand how to develop our professional standard. So before that, even though we don't know what is the definition of professionalism, we have some idea about that. From that level, we can develop our professional standard. So globally, this accepted term is, even though there is no definition for professionalism, there are activities, there are bylaws, or you can say there are rules and regulations you need to practice to become as a professional man. So why I am telling this is an God and the professionalism interrelated. Also, professionalism in positive attitude is interrelated means, in all the regions, there is a common point. Have some rules and regulation to follow properly their religion. For example, Hinduism, they have 8 major points to be regularly practiced by people to achieve the God level or to approach the God or something. So like that, even all the Buddhism or all the religions have that type of things. This is written in their books like Mahavamsa, Bhagavad Gita, like that. There are books is explaining the same principle. So like that, professionalism also there are conduct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, simply if you are an engineer, when you are getting a chartered engineering, certified professional engineer, that means certified professional engineer, you must need to follow. There are certain bylaws. You have to practice those things. Therefore, professionalism also like God, professionalism also like this, you need to practice the certain principle. This is called bylaws. But one thing people observed, I learned myself practicing these bylaws properly is very, very difficult in the world, because our emotional will not allow to go on that way. Also, you need to do some hard work in your life to practice those things. Therefore, these are not an easy thing. That is the reason getting success is difficult, people talk. But if you can practice these things easily, if you develop to a lifestyle that level, you can simply say success is very simple. Life is very easy. So now we will come to more detail about this professionalism. When you come to the professionalism, you can see there are 5. All these 5, good character, good attitude, excellency, competency, conduct. Now you see, these 3 are very interrelated. Therefore, if you practice one thing properly, it is very easy to practice other, because there are something helpful to you in this one. Like that. My first question is, professionalism equal to specialist, whether it is correct or wrong. Actually, some people misunderstood and they are telling that one specialist means they are telling he is very high professional. No, completely wrong answer. A specialist means he is having a good skill in his field. But professionals means he is having a good skill in his field and he is having good attitude. That's the difference between specialist and professional man. So you can see now how to be a professional engineer. It is applicable to how to be a professional doctor, how to be a professional driver, or whatever it is. How to be a professional person, you can say like that. So everyone must follow the established rule, code of conduct of their own profession. Say if you are a medical profession, if you are a legal profession or engineering profession, every profession, they have established rule. This is called bylaw. Say they must develop the rules and bylaws and they must practice accordingly. Say, develop the values and principles with a standard of behavior and practice with the following 5 key values. In any way, again I can say one good point is, when you are having a professional standard, how you can improve your professional standard. Professional standard is having various level like positive attitude also, low positive attitude, middle positive attitude, like that. When you are having a highest positive attitude, your success is very high. Like that, professionalism also like that. Depending on your practice of your bylaws, if you are practicing 100% bylaws defined for you, you will be a highly professional. But to do all this practice, you must have good character, good attitude, good excellency, competency and controls. What is the meaning of competence? Competency means everywhere when you go and do something, you practice something, you have more capability to do that than others. Competence. And other way around, you can say confidence. Say, I can do this. I am doing this well. Competency. Compete with activities. Compete with others. Like that. Conduct. This is very important. Conduct means, what is the difference between behavior and conduct means? Behavior means your way of activity. So conduct means you must conduct, follow, practice some certain policies. Say if you have these 5 values, then only you can start to practice to improve your professionalism. Say for example, few examples I am going to tell you about characteristic of professionalism. A few here, but there are a lot of characteristics need to practice by professionalists. Minimum 16 is very important, but here few, but they are unlimited. Say for example, one professional person, when he develops his professional standard, he will find out new bylaws or new rule to improve further his professional standard. Say a few examples I decided to tell you. You can basically understand what is these rules and conducts. A professional learns every aspect of his activities and do it correctly. If you are a professional person, when you are doing the activities in your life, each activities you analyze and learn properly how to do, then you do it correctly. Professional people, they will do this way. In the meantime, unprofessional do it randomly, wrongly, wherever possible. They don't think about what activities they are doing, what is the effect of this activity to give the society or in the world. They never think about that. Randomly they do the activity wrongly whenever possible. Therefore, these people are actually not useful to the society. Therefore, we can say professional standard is very important for everybody to live perfectly, get success. Because society will respect. If you are a highly professional person, society will respect you. The second one, for example, I am telling, the professional carefully discovers what is needed and wanted. And unprofessional assume what others need and want. So there are a lot of people in the world, they are not worried about themselves, they are more worried about others, how they are leading, how they are getting success. So this is another word you can say, this is called jealous. Having a jealous is a very negative attitude point. So mainly, most of the country, I don't know the name of the countries, still wouldn't develop their economy. Main reason is because of their this type of attitude. Because nobody in that type of country studying or thinking or discovering about what needed, what wanted for our success. They are not thinking that way. They are thinking about just-in-time management. If something happens, they are trying to manage there and they are trying to escape. So this is another code of conduct. Everybody need to practice. Then only society will respect him as a professional person. So third one, the professional looks, speaks and dress like a professional. The unprofessional is sloppy in appearance and speech. The first identification point is, when you are talking with a professional man or professional person, simply you can understand he is highly professional from his speak or talk. And also one thing you can observe, professional people respect equally everybody. They don't deviate, you are rich or you are poor, you are educated or you are not educated, like that. There are so many examples in Sri Lanka. Actually, I don't want to tell the name of the people. Only few professionals, a lot of unprofessional people are, even in their career or even in their political life or even in their parliaments, right? I want to tell few examples about the professional people. There was a person, his name was M.A.Q. Salim. He was a general manager in Ceylon Electricity Board. This is before 40 years story. I was a just pass out engineer. So I met him on the road when I came out from the temple. I was walking. Say near his house, he parked the car and get down. That time I am passing that place. He called me. Say, how are you? Why are you walking? I told I went to temple and going home. Better to talk now, like that I talk. Then he is asking what you are doing. Then I told I just pass out as a telecommunication engineer. Good. You know, he told me, just pass out, no job that time. He asked, where are you working? I told, still not. He told, come to my office on Tuesday. I went to his office in Kalaniya. You know his professional standard. He introduced me to others as his friend. He told other people, my friend came with me, he is also engineer. He was introducing like that. So when he talk, when he deal with me, I really happy and understood, this is the way of improving the professional standard. I followed it. After that he helped a lot to me and I helped a lot to him. That is a natural way. Say, why I am telling this is, if you understand the real practical examples only, you can start your improving your professional standard. In the meantime, very simple example I can say. Say I am sitting in my room, somebody came to meet me, this is an AC room, they opened the door and knocked the door, okay, came and meet me. When they go, they never close the door. That is not the professional person. So professional person knows each activity he will do correctly. He will come and meet me and after that he will do all these activities correctly. So why I am telling this repeatedly is, each and every small activities give a lesson to you to practice a professionalism. Say next one. The professional keeps his or her work area clean and orderly. An unprofessional has a messy, confused or dirty work area. Actually, this meaning of this is not only keeping clean without dust. Real meaning is his work plan, his files, his mind towards how to work correctly. All these he must keep in clean and orderly. For example, the plan in his mind, tomorrow plan. Also, we need to keep clean and orderly in his mind. In the meantime, other things also must be clean. So, unprofessional person, if he is as a manager, if you come and ask anything, he don't know how to answer. He don't have anything in his mind, everything he look for a file. He may have so many number of files in his table. Say like that. Say little by little, now you are getting understand how to practice to become as a professional. The number one requirements of professionalism is, you must have a good communication talent. You must communicate very nicely, without harm, without affecting others. See, all these, your communication skill. It can be written communication or oral communication or whatever it is. The second thing is, if any work assigned by somebody to you, first your characteristic and you must conduct this is, you have to study that work and find out what is the best way of doing this. So this type of professional practice will take you to the top of your life. Say some people knows, most of the people may not know, there is a person called Taylor. They called Taylor, everybody called now, is a father of management. It's a long, long ago, right? He was a laborer in a company to shovel the gold to the lorry. Started his career like that. He was the CEO, later he became as a MD, owner of the company. So also he wrote so many books. One book is called Engineering Management. Very famous book, Engineering Management. Say, people call him as a father of management. So he is very highly professional. So his professional standard and the attitude bring him from labor to owner of the big company. So this is the one good example for the positive success. So like that there are so many examples, but I am telling one or two during this time. Other one is a professional is focused and clear-headed. Unprofessional is confused and distracted. What is the meaning of this? After you develop your professional standard, you are thinking always positive only. You have clear idea what you are going to do. You have enough confidence you are winning. You don't change in between your objective. You try to achieve with your confidence. Because you are always focused and analyze daily, even hourly or minutes wise. Always focused and analyze and make clear about what is going on. This is also one of the very important professional characteristics. People, successful people, everybody has this. But unprofessional people, they are trying to do something on the way, they confuse what to do. Sometimes they stop, we can't do. Like that. Say another one, professional does not let mistakes slide by. And unprofessional ignores or hide mistake. Human made mistake, everybody knows. But if you repeat the mistake, or if you are not studying about the mistake, you are not a professional. Most of the people, their success because of their professional standard, this particular practice. There are big successful people, so many successful people. Very simple example, Alibaba. They were number one electronic business in the world. He told at so many places, especially at Asia Economic Forum, he told that if you are not learning from your mistake, you never develop your professionalism or you never develop your life. But unprofessional people, what they do is they do the mistake, they repeat the mistake, they hide mistake. They don't tell to others what is mistake. Say now, I wanted to brief what I explained to you all now and decided to complete this part of the video lesson. Say, finally, again I am repeating, if you wanted to get success in your life, basic, very important factor is you must have a positive attitude. It will contribute 50% for your success. Other 50%, professional standard, your expertness in your field, and the reason I am wasting my last 2-3 minutes to impress everybody, time management is very, very important to practically implement all this in your world. So you can have so many theories, so many code of conduct. To practice all this in your real world, time management is very important. In a way, time management is a very big subject. In some university, there is a degree in the time management also. That type of very big, because to effectively manage time, you must have so many other background knowledge. But simply, I can say one thing, to start your time management learning process in your life, really speaking, time cannot be managed. Time is a constant, 24 hours per day is a constant. It cannot be managed. What you are doing is, what you need to do is, within this constant time, how you are going to manage your activities. Actually, the actual real name for this is activity management. But in any way, from the beginning, people told time management. Therefore, we are also following the same way. So, practical point of view, time management is very important to apply your knowledge, skill, and everything. Thank you very much.